We need to prepare training and testing files before we build and train our own custom detection model using YOLOv4. So how to prepare these testing and training files? Folks, Nitin here, and this is the AI University channel. In this video, we are going to see how to create various files such as data file, class name file, training and test files in order to train the object detection model on the images we downloaded in the previous videos using YOLO framework. So watch this video till the end. This video might be little long, but believe me, if you watch it till the end, you will learn very new concepts and tricks that will help you in long time in your machine learning journey. If you are new here, then consider subscribing to this channel. A lot of times I see people appreciating the content but forgetting to subscribe due to immense excitement. Please show your love and support by liking, sharing and subscribing to this video, as I will feel highly motivated. If you have already subscribed, then click on the bell icon to receive the notifications about hottest technologies of 21st century. You can download the code related Jupyter notebooks and other related material by enrolling to this course on the AI University website. If you like to go through these courses on mobile, then consider downloading the AI University Android app. All the courses are offered free on our website. So let's start with Train.txt and Test.txt file. These files will contain fully qualified path of images on which we want our object detection model to be trained on using YOLO. The Train.txt file will contain 80% of those fully qualified image paths, and Test.txt will contain remaining 20% of those fully qualified image paths. We already know from the previous videos that both image file and corresponding bounding box annotation files needed to be stored side by side. So let me open OID dataset folder and show what am I talking about. So you could see that we have images here, and alongside we have the bounding box txt files. We also created classes.txt file in the previous video that contained coffee and tea information, or the class information such as coffee and tea. And our end result as a part of this particular code Jupyter notebook would be these two files, train.txt and test.txt. So let me show you one of the file. So when I mentioned that the train.txt will contain fully qualified image path, so these are the fully qualified image paths for each and every image. Okay, so you can see here, these are the fully qualified paths. So we are going to generate this train.txt file as well as test.txt file as a part of this video. So now let's quickly move to the Google Colab Jupyter notebook to see how to create train.txt and test.txt files. Here first we are again mounting the Google Drive. Okay, and you can see you are pretty much familiar with these two commands now to basically mount the Google Drive. This is required so that we can access the necessary files or the image files which are stored on Google Drive easily. Okay, so that's why you need to mount the Google Drive. You will be asked to authorize yourself, so you can just authorize by clicking on this link here, and then you will be routed to a page where you will be provided with a code. So you just need to copy that code in the text box. In the next cell, we are importing the necessary Python package such as OS. OS is being utilized for initializing or changing the directory paths here. In the next line, we are first initializing the image path that contains all the images. Then we are changing the directory path to this one using OS packages chdir function. In the next cell, we are trying to iterate through each image found in the directory and save its corresponding path to the list known as path list. So first we are creating this empty path list, and then we are using first for loop to iterate through the current directory, and second for loop to check the existence of any file. If file exists, then check if the file name ends with .jpg extension. If yes, then it just concatenates the images path with / followed by image file name. In the next line, we are appending the fully qualified path. We are using append function for that purpose. Please note that we are using new line character /n to write image path for each new image encountered in the next line. In the next cell, we are dividing the image paths into 80-20 ratio. First line shows that we are using path list to get 20% of the rows and storing them into another list known as path list test. Then in the next line, we are deleting the same rows from the original path list so that it will contain only 80% of remaining data. So to conclude, 20% of data rows will be in path list test and 80% of rows will be in path list. The code is self-explanatory here. Moving on, in the next cell, we are creating our train.txt and test.txt files. So we are using the open operation to write each row for path list to train.txt using the for loop. We are performing similar kind of operation for test.txt as well. When I ran this final cell, I got train.txt and test.txt files created inside the subfolder train/coffee_t. So I already showed you the train.txt a while ago. There we saw that there were separate rows having fully qualified path details for each image. We have similar kind of content in the test.txt file as well. So now let's create two more files that will be used for training purpose in YOLO framework. These files are image_data.data. Image_data.data will contain details such as number of classes, fully qualified path of train.txt, fully qualified path of text.txt, path to the file name as classes dot names, and folder name that will store the trained weights. The second file we are going to create will have the name as classes.names and it will store the different classes of our images. In our case, it's coffee and tea. So let's see the code to create these two files. We are first using two with operations to open the file classes.names in write mode, which is depicted by letter W, in order to write classes.txt files content into it. If you remember, classes.txt file will contain the class names as coffee and tea. The second with operation is opened in read mode, which is depicted by letter R, to read the content of classes.txt file in order to write it into classes.names. Next, we are using for loop to read each individual line from classes.txt and then writing it into classes.names, and then we are increasing the counter for the next iteration. In the next cell, we are creating image_data.data file. Again, we are opening the image_data.data in write mode depicted as W. In the next 5 lines, we are defining the content we are trying to write. First, we are writing the number of classes. Second, we are writing fully qualified path of text train.txt file, and then writing fully qualified path of test.txt file. Then we are writing fully qualified path of classes.names file, and finally we are specifying the folder name to save trained model weights. The folder name would be backup. So when I ran these cells, I got the two new files created. Now let's see the content of them one by one. So you could see that classes.names contains the name of the classes as coffee and tea. Now let's open image_data.data. You can see that it contains number of classes as 2, fully qualified names for train.txt and test.txt, as well as classes.names. It also contains the weights folder detail, which is named as backup. So this is the way we prepare the files for training our object detection model in order to train it using YOLO framework. So folks, this is it for this video. In the next upcoming video, I will cover another important topic of the YOLOv4 series. So here is today's question. For what purpose are we using OS package in the video? Please post your answers, comments in the comment section given below so that I can get a chance to incorporate your feedback. You can also post your technical questions in the comment section and I will try to answer the same. If you are watching this video and you are not already a subscriber to our channel, consider clicking that little subscribe button. In case you have already subscribed, then click on the bell icon to receive the notifications whenever I will release a new video. So thanks for hanging out with me guys. I will be covering next topic in the upcoming video, so keep on watching. Thank you.